good?
Rotate your phone. You can't turn your phone while recording. Well, that's rude.
That's fine. Hi, I'm Miss LJ from Common Ground Childcare, and we're at SCRAWL Books today, and we're going to read about all different kinds of families. Big families, little families, family with 2 dads, family with, 2 dads, 3 moms, 4 grandmothers, and birds and chickens and goats, because every family is made of love, and it doesn't matter how big or small you are. As long as the love is there, it's perfect. So here we go.
She's got me the book?
No!
Okay, you can
Are
sit.
you okay? Daddy, Papa, and Me by Newman. So if you guys can't see, you can talk to me, okay? And I'll show you.
You want to get a little closer?
Who wants to play with me today? I do, Daddy and Papa say. Daddy wears a shiny crown. Papa dresses like a clown. Daddy's plane goes zoom, zoom, zoom. Papa's car goes vroom, vroom, vroom. Daddy helps me paint the sky. Papa helps me bake a pie. Daddy and I both strum, strum, strum. Papa and I both drum, drum, drum. Hey guys, do you think this is a rhyming book? Yeah, it totally is, yeah. Daddy shows me how to sew. Papa shows me how to throw. Daddy brews a pot of tea. Papa pours for Bear and me. Does anybody need a rest? Daddy and Papa say yes, yes, yes. Now Daddy and Papa are tucked in tight. I kiss them both and say, night, night.
Why?
Because they're exhausted. Probably the most relatable part of that book. All right, this one's called A Morning with Grandpa by Sylvia Liu. Maymay watched Grandpa dance slowly among the flowers in the garden. He moved like a giant bird stalking through the marsh. His arms swayed like reeds in the wind. What are you doing, Gong Gong? Asked Maymay. I'm practicing Tai Chi, says Gong Gong. This form is called white crane spreading its wings.
These books.
What's Tai Chi? Asked Maymay. Tai Chi is a martial art that sends good energy through your body. The energy is called Ki, explained Gong Gong. Martial art, said Maymay, bouncing up and down. I can do karate. Hi-ya! Tai Chi isn't that kind of martial art, said Gong Gong. I will teach you. This is pick up the needle from the sea bottom. In one smooth motion, Gong Gong stepped back, bent over, and swept one arm low. He moved like seaweed brushing the ocean floor. Now you try, said Gong Gong. Maymay stepped back like a young frog trying out new legs. She hopped and bopped and bumped into Grandpa. How was that, Gong Gong? Asked Maymay. Not quite right, Gong Gong replied. Try to move more slowly and breathe in deeply. Now breathe out. I'm very good at breathing, said Maymay. I can blow you down to the ground.
No, you can't.
Probably not. But let's see if it works. Let's try something else, said Gong Gong. This is called cloud hands. Gong Gong stepped from side to side carefully and moved his arms back and forth. He was a warm summer breeze gently blowing through the trees. Maymay was a frisky fall wind tumbling among the leaves. Slow down, said Gong Gong. Use your breath to move the energy around your body. Gong Gong conducted a quiet symphony. Maymay drummed the earth with her hands and feet. How am I doing, Gong Gong? Perfect, Maymay. Now that I'm really good at Tai Chi, it's my turn to teach you something new, said Maymay. We learned how to do yoga in school. Yoga? That's very hard, isn't it? Asked Gong Gong. It's not hard, Gong Gong. Yoga makes you strong, said Maymay, flexing her muscles. You guys want to show me your muscles real quick? Oh, show me your muscles. Those are pretty strong. Look at that. Good job, guys.
Not really strong.
So strong. Look at those biceps.
They're like I can't even move them out.
Just copy me, said Maymay. Let's do downward dog. Woof, woof. Maymay planted her hands and feet on the ground and shaped her body into an upside-down letter V. She stood like a guard dog, strong and steady. I'm not sure I can do that, said Gong Gong. You can do it, Gong Gong. Give it a try, said Maymay. Gong Gong tried to bend into a V shape too. He wobbled like an old dog, creaky at the knees. Now let's try the cat, said Maymay, getting on her hands and knees. She arched her back like a kitten. This looks easier. I will give it a try, said Gong Gong. On his hands and knees, Gong Gong hunched his back to the sky. Meow! He yowled like a startled cat.
Why?
It's probably not that easy. Okay. How about we try the mermaid? Maymay asked. She sat with one leg bent behind her and the other resting on her back foot. And the other hand, oh, sorry guys, hold on. She sat with one leg bent behind her and the other leg plopped in front. One hand rested on her back foot and the other hand lifted to the sky. Maymay was a creature of the deep sea, guarding treasures. Are you sure it's not called the pretzel? Asked Gong Gong. That looks complicated. Try it, said Maymay. Gong Gong twisted his leg this way and that and almost fell over. He was a fish in the water trying to escape a dangling hook. I'm not made for the sea, said Gong Gong. Maymay helped her grandpa to his feet. Gong Gong, I know you can do yoga, said Maymay. Let me think. Oh, I know. Can you be a tree? A tree? I love trees, said Gong Gong. Me too, said Maymay. They're the best. Let's be trees. Maymay lifted her leg and stretched her arms like branches, reaching high, high, high to the sky. Her tree wobbled and bent to one side. Grandpa slid his leg up and raised his branches too. His tree leaned the other way. Maymay and Gong Gong were two royal palms swaying in the wind. How did I do? Maymay? Perfect, Gong Gong. The end. And do you know why they did perfectly?
Why?
Because they were together. And it didn't matter if their forms were just right. They had a beautiful morning. Our last one on theme is Mango, Abuela, and Me, but stick around because we're going to have a bonus one after, okay?
I picked that one out. So I know it.
Here we go. She comes to us in winter, leaving behind her sunny house that rested between two snaking rivers. Her old place was much too much for just one, Mama tells me as we make room in my dresser for her clothes. And too far away for us to help, Papi added. Abuela belongs with us now, Mia. but I still feel shy when I meet this faraway grandmother.
Show me. Show me.
Pin, pan, pon. Papi unfolds Abuela's bed and slides it right next to mine. You will get to know each other, he says, but when I show Abuela my new book, she can't unlock the English words. We can only look at the pictures and watch Edmund race on his wheel. Then, just before we turn out the light, she pulls out two things tucked inside the satin pocket of her suitcase. A feather, una pluma, from a wild parrot. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if that's you. Would you like to sit there?
Oh, no, I'm okay. Thanks. That's very sweet of you. A feather, una pluma, from a wild parrot that roosted in her mango trees. And a snapshot, una fotografia. You can always sit down with me if you want to. You're welcome. Here. Una fotografia of a young man with Papi's smile. Tu abuelo, she says, climbing into bed. That means her grandmother. Her grandfather. Snuggled in my pajamas, I smell flowers in her hair and sugar and cinnamon baked onto her skin. That night, I dream of a red bird circling the sky. The rest of the winter, while Mommy and Papi are at work, Abuela waits for me to get home from school. Then we bundle up in thick socks and handmade sweaters to walk to the park and toss bread to the sparrows. My Espanol is not good enough to tell her the things an Abuela should know, like how I am the very best in art and how fast I can run, as fast as the boys. And her English is too poquito, that means small, to tell me all of the stories I want to know about Abuelo and the rivers that ran right outside the door.
Why is this not English?
So her family speaks both Spanish and English. And her Abuela lived in another country where they only spoke Spanish. And she has grown up on English, so her Spanish is not very good. And her grandmother's English is not very good, but they're going to learn from each other. I've read this book, so don't you worry. So they're going to learn. She's going to learn more Spanish, and her grandmother's going to learn more English because they love each other and they're willing to work on it. With our mouths as empty as our bread baskets, we walk back home and watch TV.
At that place?
Mm-hmm.
How did I watch TV? TV not at home.
Oh no, they went to their apartment, baby. Abuela and I can't understand each other, I whisper to Mommy. Things will get better, Mommy says. Remember how it was with Kim? Kim was my best friend at school. When she was new, our whole class helped teach her English words. Now Miss Wilson sometimes has to say, "Please be quiet, girls. Others are working." After school the next day, while Abuela and I are making meat pies for our snack, I pretend I'm Miss Wilson. Dough, I say, pointing to the ball. Abuela says, dough, masa, and rolls it flat. Masa, I say. She drops a spoonful of meat in place. Carne. Carne, I say. Meat. Pasas. Raisins. Aceite. Oil. So they're learning from each other. Now, then I remember the word cards we taped in our classroom to help Kim. So while Abuela fries our empanadas, I put up word cards too, until everything is covered, even Edmund. So this is a trick we use in kindergarten too. We put words all over the room so kids can learn to read. Soon we are playing Oi.
Oh, I don't know how to read.
Oh, you will learn. And it's going to be amazing.
But I already know how to spell my name.
How do you spell your name?
And this is my nickname, Tilly.
That's pretty awesome. High five, man.
I don't know how to trace. I don't know how to do my
Don't you worry. It's one word at a time.
real name.
Oi ed, hear and say, all around the house. But that night she still calls my pillow a palo, and she says Edmund is a gangster. We'll keep practicing, I whisper.
Is that her school outfit?
I think so. I think that's what she wears to school. Because see, she's not wearing it here. But the next day, I cannot practice with Abuela after all. Edmund has run out of his favorite C's, so Mummy and I have to ride the bus downtown to buy more. Sometimes there are kittens sleeping in the pet shop window. But when we arrive this time, something even better is behind the glass. Look, I say. The window has become a jungle filled with birds, and right in the middle is a parrot staring at us with black bean eyes. I press my nose to the glass, thinking of the red feather Abuela gave me. Let's buy him, I tell Mommy. But Mia, you already have Edmund, Mommy says. Oh, not for me, I say, for Abuela, like the parrot that lived in her mango trees. He can keep her company while I'm at school. When we bring him home to Abuela, she says, Un loro, a parrot. We named him Mango because his wings are green, orange, and gold like the fruit. During the day, Abuela teaches him how to give beaky kisses and to bob his head when he sings Los Pollitos to him. Buenos tardes, Mango, Abuela says, opening his cage door when I get home from school. Good afternoon, I say, and give him a seed. Soon Mango calls to me even before we open his cage. Buenos tardes, he says when I open the door. Good afternoon.
Why?
Because parrots sound really funny when they talk. Have you ever heard a parrot? They're hilarious. Abuela, Mango, and I practice new words every day. Mi Español gets faster, and Abuela and Mango learn the days of the week and all the months of the year and the names of coins. How did he learn all of that? Pappy asks when we show him.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
What the bugs are on hands.
So that's from my school, Common Ground Childcare. There's bugs, and there's hands, and there's hearts. Because we learn about all sorts of stuff at Common Ground. How did he learn all of that? Pappy asks when we show him a piece of banana. When we show him all that Mango can do, Abuela winks at me and gives Mango a piece of banana, peel and all. Practice, she says. Before long, Abuela asks me how to say harder things too, so she can talk with the neighbors who stop by. Has the mailman come? It's chilly today. Can I get you some cookies and lemonade? Soon, when friends stop by to see Mango's latest tricks, they can understand everything Abuela says. But best of all, now when Abuela and I are lying next to each other in our beds, our mouths are full of things to say. I tell her about my buen dia and show her my best pintura of Mango. Abuela reads my favorite book with only a little help, and she tells me new stories about Abuelo, who could dive for river stones with a single breath and weave a roof out of palms. I draw pictures for her. She still misses their old house, she says, but now only a little bit. Mango listens to us, right? I think that's actually a really good painting of him. Mango listens to us from his perch until my eyes grow heavy. Hasta mañana, Abuela, I say. Abuela kisses me.
I
Good
can't
night,
draw that
Mia.
well. I can't draw that well.
Well, how do we learn something? That's right. Hasta mañana. Good night, Mango calls. And soon, we all fall asleep.
I'm ready for that last book.
We're going to read that one after these messages. Hang on. We had so much fun today with SCRAWL Books. Thank you so much for having us. And we're happy to read again. Common Ground does Monday night story time on Facebook Live every week at 7:30. So join us.